having a good run in Hades 2 is really dependent on a couple different factors, such as the boons you get from gods. Certain things are going to be randomly generated for you as you go out through your run. But there are a couple different things you could do before you head out on a run to make it that much easier for you to get to the end. So let's get into it. Now, some of these things are really going to start being available to you after you do a couple runs, get used to the game for a little bit, unlock some things, such as upgrading your cards inside of your Arcana deck. Now, most of the cards in this deck are going to be really helpful to you, but there's going to be a couple ones, in my opinion, that are going to be the most helpful for you, especially if you're starting out. The Centaur card is going to give you health and magic boost after you go through a certain number of encounters. The Eternity card is going to give you Death Defiance, and if you upgrade it, you can get up to 3 different Death Defiances in one run. And the Titan card increases your base stats of health and magic in general, so as soon as you can upgrade all 3 of these, I think you're going to be better off because you regenerate health and have more of both health and magic before you start any of these runs. Now, in conjunction with upgrading your cards in the Arcana deck, you want to make sure you upgrade your grasp. This allows you to have more cards in the Arcana deck activated, and in conjunction with that just makes you stronger overall before you go anywhere. Upgrading grasp does take a lot of Psyche, which is the green items that you can come across in your runs, but it's definitely worth it. Another thing that you can easily do by going on only a couple runs before you go anywhere else is give nectar to certain people to get their keepsakes. And some of these best keepsakes are going to be coming from Scalamius, Odysseus, Arachne, and Nemesis, in my opinion. Scalamius' keepsake allows you to have an extra Death Defiance throughout your run. Odysseus lowers Guardian's health, which is the big boss at the end of each region, and also allows you to do more damage to each of these Guardians. Arachne's gives you armor and constantly regenerates that armor after you go through each little room. And Nemesis allows you to do additional damage to the foe that killed you last time. So for my example in this game, it was Eris when I was fighting her on the surface. Now, all of those things are already very helpful as soon as you upgrade them, unlock certain ones, but another thing that's going to be really easy to do once you play a certain amount of time is getting different aspects for all the base weapons. You can only do this by unlocking all the base weapons first and then getting an incantation from a certain summon when you go through another run. This will allow you to upgrade and get different aspects for each of these weapons. Some of my favorite aspects are all the aspects for the Argent Skull and all the aspects for the Sister Twin Blades. They are very strong, very powerful, especially if you use them right. Now, this isn't to say that all the other weapons are bad, it's just those are the ones I prefer personally. They are all very, very strong, especially if you learn how to use them correctly. So another part of this is to choose the weapons that work best for your playstyle. I like the Sister Twin Blades, I like the staff, I really like the Argent Skull, but you might like the axe. I personally don't like it that much. It doesn't work for my playstyle. Figure out what works best for you and use that weapon to go all the way and defeat Chronos. And finally, really understand how Melinoë's kit works. You can practice this a ton inside of the armory area with Scalamius. Try out a bunch of different combos with different aspects of each of the weapons that you have unlocked. Figure out what works best for you and what combination you can constantly rattle off without getting hurt. All the other things I talked about at the beginning of this video correspond with how you play Melinoë's kit between the cast, the special, and attack charge up. It all corresponds to that, and all the other stuff just helps you be that much stronger once you're familiar with this kit. Obviously, depending on the weapon that you're picking, the kit's going to be a little bit different, but they're very similar in how you charge them up and how you can practice using them. Now, as helpful as all the things I've told you already in this video are going to be for your runs, the only thing that's really going to help you that much more between preparing and getting used to all the different weapons is just simply playing the game. But if you prepare effectively, the game's going to be that much easier for you that much more early on. So I recommend going through all the things that I mentioned in this video, double checking and making sure you're doing a setup that works best for your playstyle. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. It lets me know that this information that I'm sharing with you that's worked for me has worked for you. Also, let me know down in the comments what has worked best for you. Is it certain builds between the Arcana deck and certain aspects of different weapons? Let me know. I'm always curious of how different people play these kinds of games. Once again, if you found my video helpful, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.